to Cybertopia. We left off last episode with a group of urchin children leading Toby, played by Dee, Sir Ingram, played by Mark, and Cookie, played by Keith, through dark alleys in the middle of the night, towards circus. The children asked lots of questions and we learnt some little bits of backstory, but they didn't manage to learn much about the children's encounter with Amelia, except for that they found her and also took her to the circus. So let's now all enter the big top and enjoy the festivities for ourselves. Once you get inside, there is a full-on circus going on. And where you come in through this flap, you can see you're behind the stands where people are all sitting, and maybe you're underneath the seating stacks, but you can kind of work out, like, if you want to get up onto the seating areas, then you could navigate your way through this and climb up and get into some spare seating if you wanted to. Or nobody has spotted you so far, but you could go exploring if you wanted. Up to you.
So, gents, what do you think?
I mean, we want to locate Amelia as quickly as possible, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps one of us gets onto the seats to kind of scan the audience from above, and another goes exploring in search of her. Or we all three go exploring.
Hold on, let me take a look. Ingram starts looking what kind of people are on the stands and who of us three would blend in the most naturally.
It looks like the kind of populace from this area. It's locals. It's the kind of poor people and the lower classes.
Right.
I don't think any of you particularly would appear like one of them, but if you kept a low profile enough, or if you kept to the sides enough, you might not be noticed.
So, any takers for mingling with the local circus goers?
I think I can do that. At least try.
Sure.
Please, I can mingle with anyone. Natural one.
So, how about I scout around a little bit, see if I can maybe convince one of the staff to give up some info, although that would probably be risky if they know that I don't have a ticket. Maybe just scouting is better. Eavesdropping.
You can start there.
The way we're positioned, just to make sure that I'm understanding, like, we can see butts on seats.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, there's kind of grandstand kind of seating where you can see between the gaps in the seats. So you can see the people sitting on them, but you can also see, like, between their legs, you can see, like... The
so are
performers and
there
stuff going on.
any tickets that have fallen out of pockets and onto the floor? Or onto the bleachers?
I don't think they do paper tickets.
The circus in the poor area of town still uses holographic digital tickets. Imagine that. Fucking future.
No fucking future.
No, just stamp your hand.
Yeah, that's what I said. Goddamn future.
You've not seen any signs of tickets. But you can have a search around to try and find a way to, like, masquerade.
Oh, sure. I'll have a look around.
Okay, let's have a looking roll then.
That's a 15.
You have a quick scan around. Are you walking around, or are you just looking from where you stand?
Yeah, I'm moving a little bit around. Like, I'm not covering the distance. I'm just kind of like pacing around in maybe like a tops of like maximum of 10-meter area.
Okay. You look around and you're looking on the ground for anything that people have dropped, and there's a few scraps and rubbish and a few flyers that appear to be discarded, but there's no sign of anything that seems like a ticket. And as you're also looking around, maybe you see you're trying to get a peek at people's hands to see if they've been stamped or anything, and there's no sign of anything like that. And though you don't find anything, the absence of this stuff kind of feels pointed. Ingram, you said you were going to do some scouting.
Yes.
How far and in what direction?
He will stay as out of sight as he can. Otherwise, his fear is a little bit that with his clothing, he might be seen as a performer and attract even more attention.
Interesting.
He doesn't want that, so he will stay underneath the seats a bit and see if he can catch any rumors of, a one-armed lady with a talking gun. I mean, if she's here, some people should have been talking. So see if he can catch some of that gossip.
Okay. Let's have a eavesdropping roll.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm not getting anything of this. No, I'm not getting anything. This is not going to be good. Nope.
He's a talker, not a listener.
Yup, yeah, he is. 4.
Okay. I think you're wandering around a little bit. You're trying to stay like under the stands and out of sight. And you start hearing some little bits of conversation and you hear someone talking quite loud about a new axe, and you're really intrigued by that, and you start just kind of getting really close to that particular conversation, and then you trip and you stumble and you step out of under where the stands are to the side, and you find yourself in a passageway, and you stumble a bit further and fall into one of the flaps of the tent and find yourself stumbling into what is actually the back room where the performers are all getting ready.
Oh no.
And they see you and they're like,
now, what do we have here? Top hat? Cane?
Oh no.
Pardon me, sir.
Yes.
We're not doing auditions today.
No, I might have wandered in to the wrong bit then. Are you sure?
Sir, it would be impossible for me to be mistaken about that. You see, tonight is performance night. We don't do auditions on performance night.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I must have misheard.
I will say, though, I do admire your attire.
Thanks. I am very proud of it. Yes. Demonstratively taps another cup of tea.
Nice. Tell me, does it spray?
No. Just tap.
Well,
Although
you think you could set it up to spray?
Maybe.
That would be a mighty good trick.
In his mind, Ingram is like, heresy? Heresy?
Oh, well then, friend, you'd fit right in with Hurdy-Gurdy.
Who?
You stick around, you'll see them in a bit. They gotta act good as all get out.
Sure, he thinks like, I can roll with this. They're not throwing me out immediately. I can use this. Let's take a chance. So he sticks around.
let's have a roll to see if you can ingratiate yourself to the crew.
Sure. Can I add gentleman to this? Cyborg gentleman.
Yeah.
Excellent. Sweet talking?
Yeah.
Excellent. Negotiation?
No, I don't think negotiation.
No negotiation. All right. So plus
Not unless
4.
you're asking for payment.
No.
Save that for later.
Let's see. Ingram didn't quite keep his composure, so I guess that's off the table. All right. Yeah, for the rest, I don't think the tea dispenser helps here. All right, so plus 4. Come on. Show me the money. That's... Yeah. Okay. 19 plus 4, 23.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, a few grand.
I am a circus performer now. Fuck.
Listen, just can't have you auditioning before the show. Folks would think that you were too big for your britches, you understand? But I do like your style. I know talent when I see it. So go have you a seat. You might learn a thing or two. Then I might could take a gander at your act.
Sure. Of course. Good luck with the show. I'll see if I can find a spot at which to enjoy the craft that you all display.
I'll tell you what.
Right.
We'll put you right up here in the front row, the splash zone. We'll be able to see you up there. You make yourself nice and visible. We'll make sure to shoot you a look.
Sure.
Always happy to have a little bit of audience participation. This is exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Keep going. Napage. It's like, I am getting deeper. This is not good.
They will kind of usher you out of this area because this is like performers only. But
yeah,
they're friendly with you at least.
Awesome.
And if they do see you during the show, they'll acknowledge you at least.
Now go on. Take your seat. Show
no.
will be starting soon.
Help.
Keith, what's Cookie been up to during this charade?
Music.
Yeah.
Cookie has been schmoozing with
Going out onto the stands?
so the stands being the ones that are looking into the circus ring itself, I guess. So
Yeah.
just where the audience sit. Yeah, I guess schmoozing. If I've got any more falafel, I'm going to just make it look like I'm just someone who's here to see the show, catching bits of conversation, interjecting where it looks like there's a good bit of conversation to join, and then slipping away as necessary.
I think the falafel's long gone by now, mate.
Probably. It was a good falafel. Although we did have... I did
You
leave
climbed down a
compartment.
50-meter ladder. You're not carrying falafel all that way.
You're right. I would have snapped on the way down. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Let's have a blending in roll.
A blending in a roll. Well, I do have +2 on social engineering.
I'll give you
I
that.
don't think talent agent is going to help here because I'm not trying to really show off anything agent or talent related.
Well, unless you're trying to pass yourself off as a talent.
Not yet. And if I was going to do that, I'd do it very, very quietly as though I'm a scout looking for new talent. Got to keep it all very hush hush. Don't affect the performance. But yeah, just social engineering for me. It's 12.
Okay.
If I get bonuses from the cybernetics, it's a 14, but it's 12 otherwise.
You get some funny looks from people, and I think if you try to sit like directly next to anyone, they like kind of shuffle up a bit. But no one's like pointing you out. No one's being like security or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think as you get onto the stand, you get a better view of everything, and there's some acrobats in the center of the ring spinning some laser rings and throwing things at each other and doing some daring moves and stuff. You look around, and at the entrance you can see there's no one guarding the entrance. There's no one like taking tickets or security as such. Looks like the queue has fully come in now, and people are just coming in and just taking a seat. As the performance is going on, there's someone walking around the stand giving out flyers, and they come up to you and they drop you a flyer. And
Welcome to the Unary Circus.
Thank you. I look at the flyer and look over, read through it. It's like multi-page one.
it's a single sheet of hollow fiber resin plastic stuff, and it's like the flexi stuff. It's got kind of holograms embedded into it, so as you move it in the light, it shows different images and stuff. Quite fancy stuff for what looks like a pretty rundown kind of circus. It's not a high-end sort of deal here, but you got this fancy flyer that tells you a bit about Unary, which appears to be some sort of society, probably a good way to describe it. It's a group that almost like a missionary group, right? Like they go around helping people and recruiting people to their cause, and like a social well-being kind of group. They're looking after people and they want your help, and this flyer is all about helping Unary and the cause. There's a lot of mention in there about their leader being a generous and benevolent, wonderful person, and their goals of making the world a better place.
What is it about this city that brought a ton of cults all here at once? It's going through Cookie's mind right now. Just the sheer amount of cults that seem to have popped up in the city recently. Maybe Amazing Cause was keeping all of that fostered very, very out of line of sight of everyone, but the more Cookies spent time in the other, the more he's noticed, like, there are just a load of weird people around here.
City's been through a lot lately, and people are looking to other people who are promising better things and a better world. And that's exactly what Unary is offering.
I bet there's an opportunity in that. You get a documentary crew, you get like some celebrity who's just fresh out of rehab or prison who wants to redeem their image. Just do an episode, like an hour and a half time slot, maybe 2 hours if you're going to get ad free, of just going to each one of the cults in turn, seeing what they're like. Yeah, be a real good. I'm going to write that down. Cookie makes notes for potential shows to pitch whilst watching the thing that's going on.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how close attention is Cookie paying to the show or the people or the audience, or what is Cookie concentrating on at this point? Knowing
that it is a circus that's part of let's be generous and say it is actually a social community, caring community system thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cookie's going to be like looking to try and work out where the next set of volunteers will be either asking for charity money or membership are going to be, and like working out where they are and how they move with the crowds and who they're reporting to. But otherwise, it's going to actually be generally paying attention to the circus acts, because ultimately, at the end of the day, Cookie does like being entertained by the shows he's trying to promote, and you can only do that by actually enjoying and engaging with media.
How much of his talent agent background is coming through here of like spotting people and being like, oh, that acrobat's much better than this circus. They could do better somewhere else. It's
not quite Cookie's area of expertise, but he does know how to be on the lookout for people who would be good in a music video. So it's like, okay, circus is certainly. It wouldn't be like the last time he's been to a circus. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's definitely not the first time he's been to a circus.
Okay, let's have an observation roll, please.
All right. This one I am adding talent agent to, given that.
Okay.
I'm going to need it because it's only a flat 10.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on. And it is difficult to concentrate on just one thing at any one time because at one moment you're trying to watch where the staff are going and where the person that gave you the flyer went and all that. And then a second later, there's some pyrotechnics going off. There's someone flying through the air. There's a trapeze going past. There's no animals at this circus, but there are holographic animals and mythical creatures. And in the pyrotechnics, there's things flying about and making holographic images in the air that are both dazzling and distracting at the same time. And there's also a lot of noise from the audience itself, almost in unison gasps and roars of laughter. And at one point, a group of clowns comes along and they start doing their like tumbling and rolling around and stuff. There's no children in the audience. It's too late for children to be up. Why would children be up this late at night? It's gone midnight.
Yeah, why would children be up this time of the evening? Mm-hmm.
Actually, you do suddenly realise, wait, it's really late for the circus to be performing. That's unusual, but okay, maybe it's a late showing for some reason.
To be fair, like Cookie was thinking, circus this time of night, that's just a euphemism, right? No, this is actually a genuine circus. Okay. What is going on here?
And at some point you note that you see Sir Ingram come out of a flap at the back of the tent and make his way onto one of the stands. Where on the stand does Sir Ingram sit?
Well, they said like front row splash zone, right? I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's just go with this. See where this ends. Go sit where indicated.
So maybe it's like on the other side of the circus, opposite from where Cookie is sat, but you can see each other. You know each other, and Cookie sees maybe a slightly dishevelled Sir Ingram, just kind of put himself back together and sit on the front row, maybe trying to be as inconspicuous as possible.
Yup. Casual mode activate. Casual mode activate.
Where has Toby got into at this point?
I think he would have continued to kind of search on this kind of ground level, still not mingling with people. But since both Cookie and Sir Ingram have kind of wandered off on more of a tangent, I think he kind of figures he might as well try to search, and he's just going to go around this whole area where the audience is seated, but beneath it, and just kind of scout, I guess.
Okay, let's have a scouting roll then.
Sure. That's a natural 20.
Ooh.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
And even though I haven't said it, I think it's fair to say that analysis applies here, and I get my second mark and get a plus mark.
Oh yeah, I'll give you analysis for sure.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay.
Nice. New skill.
New skill.
First
Let's
nut 20 of
go.
the night.
What this is my first skill learned.
Oh shit,
Ever.
so it is, yeah. Nice.
Yay!
Character growth. Woo!
Toby's moving up in the world. He's powerful now.
Okay, so Toby is kind of skulking around under the stands, somehow being completely silent, not tripping Sir Ingram, and not getting anyone's attention.
The shade of it.
Is just moving and hearing a conversation and seeing a group and proper figuring out, oh, okay, this is a family, this is a stag do, this is a group of friends, this couple is having an argument, that sort of stuff. As he's going around, picks up on a conversation that Ingram kind of caught wind of before he stumbled into the back. There's a new act going to be at this circus tonight that seems to be making quite a murmur. Apparently there's a one-armed lady who's going to do some amazing shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, yeah, that can't be anyone other than Amelia, surely.
Yeah, it's one of I have 5 suspects. One of them. It is one of them for sure.
You're only hearing this through the audience. You haven't. I don't think you've managed to get to anywhere where you'd be able to hear staff talking. So you know that Amelia is here somewhere and will be performing at some point.
Having heard that, I think I'm going to try to make my way to find either Sir Ingram or Cookie to share this information with them.
Okay. I'm going to say that Cookie was halfway up the stand because he was trying to mingle with people. Sir Ingram is at the front of one of the stands. So which would you rather try to get to?
To be fair, I saw Ingram come out of the
Mm.
back, didn't I? So I can probably make my way down towards Ingram.
I think it is also less likely for me to disturb Ingram in performing some task than it is for me to disturb Cookie in performing some task. So I will make my way towards Sir Ingram.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll say that, like, with your analysis role, you're able to tell the movements of your partners and be like, okay, Cookie is definitely trying to make his way over to Ingram. I'll do the same and maybe go the other way round so that we're not, like, walking together at the same time, and you can get round to there. Keith, I'm going to have Cookie roll some sort of stealth roll, I think, to kind of be inconspicuous in his movement across.
Very stealthy, but I do have my counter espionage that's got a loading day to work on. So let's roll flat and hope that triggers an actual 20. It does not. It triggers a 3.
Okay, so I think Toby manages to get around to Sir Ingram, and does he sit next to him? What does he do?
Yeah, I think he'll kind of sit next to him. I've overheard some audience members. It seems like Amelia is performing.
What?
They're talking about an act of a one-armed woman who does amazing shooting.
That's strange. I totally on purpose wandered into the back room a couple of minutes ago, and, well, apparently they didn't really, like, want new acts at the moment. So seeing as Amelia is here for 30 minutes tops, that's rather odd.
Well, maybe she is the new act that is causing them not to want new acts.
Yeah, maybe.
As you're having this conversation, Cookie has finally made his way around the room and comes up behind you as he's stepping down over the seats, catches his foot, tumbles down, crashes down right on top of both of you. Cookie, let's have a roll to see if you can stabilize yourself as you're falling.
A 12.
Okay.
I'm going to just land next to them in the open seat between them and go, "Hi, gents. How's it going?"
I think Cookie does like some sort of ungainly cartwheeling maneuver. Takes 3 points of damage as he's doing this.
Ow.
And slams down in between, lands on a bit of the seating that is not a seat, and like hurts his ass. And you're now all sat way too close together to each other, but you're all together. And a few people around you have just like shouted and jumped up and gotten out of the way. It's made a bit of a scene. The rest of the circus is still going on. The performers probably noticed this happening, but they're performers, so they're carrying on with their show. Welcome to the mid-roll. This is the last episode in the current arc for this group, so we'll be saying goodbye to Cookie, Toby, Sir Ingram and Amelia for a little while, as we pop back to see how other groups are getting on in this big, scary, open city without any direction or security. I'm sure they're all fine. At least, they're not at some creepy circus in the dead of night. Also, I'd be remiss not to mention that I have now released into the wild the second edition of Overgrown, my rules-light naturepunk game about rapidly evolving weird animal hybrids. You can find it on my itch at bennewbon.itch.io, and keep an eye out for it appearing on streams and podcasts all over the place in the coming months. Anyway, big thanks as always to my NPC voice actors this episode, Jake the GM of the Crit Talkers Actual Play podcast, and Teresa CR, aka TU Royale, and Melo Yenis, who you'll hear briefly later. And for the last time in a wee while, not forgetting our wonderful cast.
Hi, I'm Keith, and I play everyone's favourite talent and sleazeball, Cookie Standard. I'm a procedural generation specialist, and sometimes stream independent game development on Twitch. Recently, we've also started playing the tactical mech RPG Lancer on my channel, with myself as GM and Ben, our lovely Cybertopia host, as one of 8 players. You can catch my game development work and the adventures of Lancer Team Cam Delta on Thursdays at kaYNSD.twitch.tv, with edited versions to follow soon on YouTube. You can also find more of what I do at kaYNSD.itch.io and at Blue Sky with that same address.
Adventurers and warriors, heed my call. What I have for you is a world of adventure where evolution and magic go hand in hand. I am Mark, and I am playing Sir Ingram. Visit thewanderergames.com for all your high fantasy yet natural evolution and magic content. We've got something for everybody.
Hey everyone, I'm D or Night Wanderer. Catch me blabbering on socials, DMing a superhero game on Would-Be Heroes, putting stuff up on itch, and streaming on Twitch. All of my stuff can be found under the username Night Wanderer, that's Wanderer with an O, or over on Linktree under Night Wanderer. Again, that's Wanderer with an O.
We had Mr. Island do a voiceover for us back in the Infinite Traffic Jam after I met them on the Actual Place Discord server. He hosts a role-playing interview podcast that covers all sorts of people from all sorts of role-playing scenes, including video games and LARPs, as well as this sort of tabletop gaming. I recently recorded an episode with him myself, where we talked a bunch about Cybertopia and my other projects. So go give the show a listen, and my episode will be popping up sometime in the future.
What is your preferred method of role-playing?
Hey, y'all want to play Dungeons & Dragons? Nerds?
I got into the game exclusively to roleplay.
You remember those browser-based chat rooms? Remember when that was a thing?
I love roleplay, from MMOs to tabletops to LARPing to VR chat. It doesn't matter to me, I just love this hobby. And you can join me every week on In and Out of Character, a role player's podcast, where I bring on a new guest, whether they be a creator or just a player. And we chat about what got us into role-playing, why it keeps bringing us back, what we love about it, and what we dislike about it. We just sit down and have a conversation. You can find us on your podcaster of choice. Until then, stay in character.
So, Cookie, interesting way of staying inconspicuous.
Don't know what you're talking about, person I've never met before, just in case someone's looking at us.
I think it's going to this for that one.
Assuming that people probably just think that you're drunk or something. But yeah, it's a circus. People are having fun. No one's that bothered.
Mm-hmm.
You've hurt yourself more than anyone else. So yeah. As this is going on, a second clown act comes out, and they're introduced as the Urdy-Gurdy crew. And you see a trio of clowns come out doing cartwheels and falling over each other. And a few of the people nearby to you three kind of make jokes about you being the second Gurdy-Gurdies. And at one point during this act, a member of the Urdy-Gurdies looks over and spots the T-Robot with the top hat and the cane, goes cartwheeling past and starts spraying out water from a cybernetic flower that's attached to them. And whilst the whole spraying water out of a flower thing is a classic clown trope, this is way more water than you'd expect from that sort of thing. And it's just soaking the whole front row. Are you going to just allow this to happen to you three? Or are you all going to try and dodge out the way?
Let's take a look. What can I do something here? Yeah, okay, I'm not going to fisticuffs him. That doesn't seem appropriate.
And this is for all three of you, by the way. Because you're all sat very close together.
So, anyone, any ideas?
I have no idea at all, so I'm going to use my obvious natural acrobatics that I used just now and duck.
Okay, let's have a ducking roll from Cookie. What's Toby doing?
I think I don't mind. I'm just gonna let the water.
Any water is fine.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay, get soaked.
Well, Sir Ingram needs to impress, apparently. So he is going to try to dodge in an as elaborate way possible, with like a flourish of the top hat and like a swing of the cane, that kind of thing. I don't have anything that goes with this, but we'll see where this goes.
Okay.
Oh
Oh yeah, natural one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Oh no.
Okay, interesting. Sir Ingram tries to do something very elaborate, and maybe he stands up, does a spin, or at least tries to, and probably just is following up Cookie on falling over and making a big scene and a fool of himself. What could the trauma be? I'm thinking something along the lines of overreaction.
Overreaction. Sure.
Yeah, I think he overreacts to it, and he just goes too far and falls over the both of you, onto the people behind you, and rolls over, falls onto the people next to you, And everyone's really pissed off at this. They weren't so bothered about getting wet. They knew you're in the front row, you're in the splash zone and stuff. But someone being an absolute fool and falling all over everyone, that's not in the program. And they're even more calling the three of you clowns now. And they're like, yeah, you should get up there next. And after this activity, everyone makes a clear cordon around you where nobody wants to sit. You're now the splash zone.
Mm-hmm.
And the three of you are soaking wet as well.
Mm.
Can I have each of you please roll a d20?
Oh boy.
I don't mind when you make us roll dice.
I think that is the best roll that I could have hoped for on a d20 with no knowledge of what it is. A 10.
15.
What did you get, Keith?
16.
Okay. All right. Good to know. The performance continues. The clowns all make a big show of what's just happened here, and they're making out that it's part of the show, or like just having a bit of a fun at you and laughing their heads off and rolling around on the floor. It's all hilarious, and the audience is having a great time, but the show goes on. At some point, you're expecting Amelia to appear, but she hasn't come up yet, and there doesn't seem to be any sign of her from where you're sitting. So are you just going to carry on watching the show?
How does she know about the circus? Like, she can't have got here more than 20 minutes before we did.
Indeed.
Well, maybe longer, because she had like a 10+ minute head start from the car, but then we also spent quite a bit of time with the children.
Yeah, but the children also walked us to the circus instead of us like solely following the sound.
Yeah, but we also like stood around a bit with them.
True. But that still wouldn't like have cost us more than.
It is, don't get me wrong, it is definitely not. It is not enough time to perform an interview and get hired and sign a contract and get Social Security.
Yeah, no, indeed.
But that, in general, something about this whole situation doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It doesn't make sense for Amelia to just leave us for a life of being a circus performer without at least saying that she would.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
We've shared an explosion together, you know, that stuff means something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, it does, yes. So, should we go and take a look at the back room?
You can try and sneak back there. You're not far from that. Like, it's not like you have to walk around the whole ring to get to the back room.
So what do you guys think?
Well, I think everyone in the audience would welcome a break from our presence here, so yeah, let's go for it for legs.
Sure.
Yeah.
How are you going to approach it? Are you just going to go straight for the back room? Or are you going to try and like sneak away and maybe go outside and come around through the back?
Having seen kind of, I'm assuming that Sir Ingram pointed out where the back room was generally.
Mm-hmm.
Do I remember there having been a way to get to it from where I was before? From under the like bleachers? Like, did it seem like there was a way to worm one's way into it from like...
So from inside the tent, you've only seen the internal flap to the back room. There may well be another entrance from outside, but you've not seen any other entrances into there from inside.
Right, but like the positioning of it, if we were to go under the bleachers, like where I was previously, where I heard all of the conversations and everything, did that seem like it would have at least led in the similar direction? That we could like at least approach the back room from that kind of unseen vantage point?
And you could, but you'd still have to go through the main internal flap.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah.
Tell me any real way to do it without being seen, is there?
Yeah, I mean, from Ingram's experience, you go through the flap, there's going to be the performers in there that aren't performing. And they're going to see you.
So do we stay and wait until like the end of the show?
Perhaps.
Because honestly, with the scene that we caused, might be the best call.
I mean, everyone is definitely going to be paying attention to us.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, then at least to make sure that they don't get splashed.
Yep.
So perhaps we do wait the show out, and maybe we even see Amelia if she performs.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Is there anything you want to also be doing while you wait? Are you going to be watching for anything in particular, or doing anything, talking to anybody?
I'm not going to be talking to anybody, because screw that.
Nobody wants to talk to you anyway.
But I am definitely going to be paying attention to any conversations and snippets of conversations that I may hear. But what I'm definitely going to be focusing on is I'm looking for signs of this not being what it seems. I'm looking for any hints of this circus not just being a circus.
Okay. Let's have a
heebie-jeebie check.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Like some sort of observation kind of role, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And since I haven't in such a long time, I would like to drug myself up a little bit.
Excellent. Yes, please do.
And would you allow me to apply resilient test subject to that as well, because I'm drugging myself up a little bit?
I would.
Excellent. Well, that's a good thing I did that, because that's a total of 11.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking out for anything weird. You're concentrating really hard, and the next act comes out. And it's one of those kind of acrobatic kind of ones, but they've got the twirly stick with the ribbons on it, and there's a few of these people, and it's really difficult to keep track of how many people have come out and how many sticks and twirls are going on, because they're all dressed the same, they all look the same, and there's something like...
There's 27 twins.
There's something holographic about this twirlingness, and it's making shapes, and it's making these hypnotic kind of patterns, and I think Ingram and Cookie would probably notice at this point that Toby has completely zoned out.
Wait, so
Toby, you okay?
He's not responding to anything you're saying or doing. If you poke him, if you even if you push him, give him a shove, he will return to his upright seating position, just watching this display.
So we do notice that he's paying attention to the display itself. What happens if we break his line of sight to it?
He will move his head to be able to still see it.
Yeah. Cookie, we might have a problem. Don't look at that display that he's looking towards.
Got it. I'm going to look at the pamphlet I've got instead.
Okay. Let's have a roll for examining this pamphlet. I want I guess a reading check.
So, given that I know something weird is happening with this place, counter-espionage? It's not giving me any bonuses, but it's a learning, so...
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a 4. I'm failing to decode this.
Okay. So, Cookie starts really trying not to pay attention to what's going on in the show and starts staring at this pamphlet. And he's doing the thing, where you've got one of these holographic things and you're turning it to see it in a different light and you're seeing it in different shapes and stuff. And after a while, Ingram, you notice that Cookie has now also completely zoned out. He is just fixated on this pamphlet.
Oh boy. So now knowing that something's up, Ingram's probably gonna try and usher the two of them backstage.
Oh, they won't move.
Do I have anything? Do I have anything? He's like breathing, keeping his composure. Okay, tea is not gonna work here. Tea is not the answer.
Tea has helped before.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, maybe like stimulate another sense than visual, just like overload their senses. Maybe that will shock them back. Use a tea dispenser to craft a very bitter brew.
Okay.
Just like for the express purpose to get a reaction going, maybe give them a little bit of mental space to snap out of it.
Okay. I am going to say that this will incur your overreaction trauma.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Is he going to brew far too strong a brew?
Far too strong a brew, probably. So that would be portable tea dispenser, +1, -1 overreaction.
I think that's all you got, dude.
Yeah, don't think composure would work here. Negotiating fisticuffs. No. Let roll. All right. Come on, dice. Give me that 20. I know you can. I trust in you, dice. That's not a 20, but that is still good. 18 in total.
Okay. Can I have a composure roll from you?
Sure.
This won't incur your overreaction.
Slightly lower, still decent. 13.
Okay. You make this tea. You make, 3 cups of it? Or just 2 for the other 2?
You know what? Let's play into the trauma a little bit. He makes 3.
Okay.
Just in case.
Pours out 3 cups of tea. And you try and, you hold a cup under each of their noses. And they don't really seem to respond. And you go to drink it yourself. And you note that you're still dripping with the water that you were sprayed with earlier. And some of it gets into the teacup. And after a little while of drinking this, you realize you are also now completely zoned out, staring into this cup, drinking this tea.
God damn it.
I mean, that's mostly a result of you having rolled the natural one to get sprayed earlier. So, yeah. The three of you are now just enjoying the circus, really. You're just sat there doing each of your individual things, staring at the display or staring at the pamphlet or staring at your cup. And after a few more acts go through, you all in your mesmerized state see Amelia appear way, way up in the rafters. The spotlight shines around and flashes onto her. And she's in some sparkly, spangly get-up with her one arm standing up on a trapeze platform. And you see her grab onto the trapeze, swing down, do some somersaults through the air, land on another platform, grab onto another trapeze, swing back around, and mid-air shoots 3 balloons. Bang, bang, bang. All of them gone. And the crowd goes wild. This is the new act. She's announced. The ringleader comes out and setting off fireworks and pyrotechnics are going off. It's an incredible display. And at the end of it, she's taken all these amazing trick shots. She's been ricocheting bullets off of things. You can hear every time the gun, Darling, is just going wild. He's just having an absolute ball at the time. Just every shot.
Blam, 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 blam. Bang, pow, bang, pow. Reload, I ain't done yet. Blam, blam, blam.
Amelia's mouth stays shut the entire time. And people think it's some sort of ventriloquism act as well as a acrobatics and shooting display. And it is an incredible combination of activities. The talent is undoubtable. And at the end of it, she lands and she comes and stands by the ringleader, does a big performative bow, and then lets off a whole round of blams from Darling. Then they walk off backstage.